everybody's doing really well today. I'm here to do a wrap up for June and July of 2023. So I ended up not doing one at the end of June because I had only colored 10 pages in the month of June. So I figured I would combine it with July. And then July ended up being a great coloring month for me. Actually the best coloring month I've had in almost a year based on my statistics. So in June, again, I colored 10 pages. In July, I colored 20, which is fabulous. So overall, I'm going to show you 30 pages. These are in no particular order, I would say. Like June and July are going to be mixed together. Some of the books I worked in both months. You know, it is what it is, but I love the pages that I did and overall just super excited. The first book I'm going to show you is Village Charm by Teresa Goodridge. I went on a little bit of a Teresa Goodridge kick just because I love her work. I have a handful of her books and I really need to work on them more. So again, Village Charm. This is my first page in here and it looks like this and I absolutely adore it. So the outside is a metallic gel pen. I hope you could see that. I believe it's a sparkle pop. And then the picture itself, a lot of it was based in alcohol marker, as you can see here. I love being able to do that, especially with like the bigger areas. And since the paper is single-sided, or sorry, the images are single-sided, you can easily use alcohol markers. And I love it in this case because it added this like vibrancy to this image that I absolutely adore. And I don't think I could have accomplished without the markers. So I love it. Regarding colored pencils, I want to say they were all Prismacolors. There's one brown pencil that I absolutely adore. And it's, of course, I now can't remember the brand of it, but there's one brown pencil that I love that it's not Prismacolor, and I used a lot of that in the house. But aside from that, Prismas, no gel pens except for the outside, and then alcohol marker for some of the basing, but not everything. Overall, huge fan. This did take me quite a bit of time because there's just a lot of small things, like the little small flowers and these little birds and everything. So it did take me a little bit, but it's okay. I loved it. I love Teresa Goodridge. She has some new books coming out this year. Gosh, 3 of them maybe? No, 1 already came out. She has 2 more coming out. I have those pre-ordered and I do own her most recent one, which is an autumn one. So I'm just a huge Teresa Goodridge fan. That being said, I did another Teresa Goodridge page in Country Kitchen Charm. I think I purchased this one in the Village Charm like the same day, and I hadn't colored in them. I just felt super guilty because, again, I love these books. So I made a point of picking these up. I have a pile of books I haven't colored in because I did do a whole video on it, right? So I kept those to the side and I'm trying to do at least 1 page from one of those books a month. So did a page in here, assuming I can locate it. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So this is from earlier in July and this page just made me happy. I love blue, like this light blue is my favorite color. So being able to incorporate so much of it into this image just made me happy. It's the small pleasures, right? Again, I did the outside border in like a gel pen. I don't remember what this one is. It's not as shiny as the one in the other book, but overall big fan. And then I think this is a sparkle pop in the Let's Bake. I hope that's shining because it's very shiny in person. And I think that's it for gel pens. There was no alcohol marker here. The only thing that's seeping through is the gel pen. So this is 100% Prismacolors. I love those pencils. Prismacolors can do no wrong. So overall, really liked this page, and it honestly didn't take me as long as I thought it would because so much of it is just literally the same color combination. Like all of these browns that like, I just picked out the colors, went ham, and it was done. So I think a lot of the time Teresa's artwork is just like, at least for me, I'm kind of like, oh, it's gonna take me ages to do, right? But there's pages like this that are pretty straightforward. Of course, not true of all of them. As I mentioned, the one in Village Charm, the one I just showed you, that one took me quite a bit with all the small details, but this one flew by and I loved every second of it. So I'm really happy because now I have colored in. No, I was gonna say I've colored in all of her books that I own, but that's not true. Because I do also own her Gnomes book. Was it Gnome, Sweet Gnome? And then I also do have her newest book, again, fall themed. So in July, it's my birthday. That was the weirdest way of saying it. I'm a July baby. And my fiance, being the delightful ray of sunshine that he is, he got me some coloring themed birthday gifts. And some of those were the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. I've talked to him about it before and I was like, oh, I would like to try watercolor pencils and watercolors. And I just never got around to purchasing watercolor pencils. So he did it for me, which I'm super duper grateful for. So I wanted to test them out and I decided to do it in my summer Rita Berman book. I haven't picked this up in ages. Let's see, there it is. So it's my first time ever using watercolor pencils. So I watched a tutorial, you know, I did my best and I really enjoyed it. It's so much faster than colored pencils, like normal colored pencils. And it was just delightful. So everything on here is watercolor pencils. My favorite part is the strawberry. I love the fact that I blended a little green. Look at me. So skilled. Picasso. I'm just kidding. And then out on the outskirts, there's a lot of different gel pens and I hope that shininess is coming through. And then also the bow is a Pentel Sparkle Pop, I believe. So I definitely want to try working with the pencils more. I'm just trying to show you the glitter. I have a handful of books that I think they would be great in, like what's his name? Oh my gosh, now I'm completely blanking. Kirby Rosanna's. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that was so hard. Like his book, some of Johanna Basford's. I think you could maybe do the watercolor, assuming it's not one of the more detailed pages. I also have Romantic Country by Erie that I think I could use the pencils in. So I loved practicing in here, and it was also really nice to pick up one of Rita's books again. I haven't worked in one of her books in ages. And for the longest time, she was my favorite coloring book artist. So it's really surprising that I haven't. It's surprising to look back and be like, oh wow, it has been so long since I picked up her books. Because I think I own most of her books. Speaking of amazing artists, Camellia Angelkova. I don't think I could do a monthly completed pages without mentioning 50 Stylish Mandalas. Love this book. So I did do a handful. I just go in order in this book, and I have completed this book before. If you're newer to my channel, I have completed it before. I do have a full flip on my channel of the book being completed, and I just couldn't help myself. I ended up buying it again. So this one was done in the pastel Ohuhu markers. I bought a set for myself. There was some sort of sale on Amazon, so I ended up snagging them and I wanted to use them. So really like this. I love a good muted palette. Speaking of muted palettes, this one is not. I think this was a color palette I saw probably on Instagram. There is a little bit of gel pen, or a lot of gel pen on this page, but I really like it. And then the rest is Ohuhus. They are the only alcohol markers that I own. So like this like regular set, I guess you could say, and then the pastel. Then this is 100% gel pen. No, it's almost 100% gel pen. The yellow is an alcohol marker, and then the rest is really shiny gel pens. I hope you can see that. I think these gel pens were ones that I bought. Yeah, they're right here. They are, gosh, the Doodler's Glitter. I got these at like the dollar store. Yeah, I think it was either Dollar General, Dollar something, like one of those stores. I bought 2 sets of them because I was like, you know, I have faith in them and they're fabulous. So highly recommend you can get yourself those, but that's what this is. And I'm glad I used the yellow marker because I think it offsets the darkness and like the rich jewel tones of the pens. And that's it. So the next one's gonna be this one. So far, again, since I go in order, I've done 8 in here out of 50. And then one of my newer books is Disney Villains Color by Number. No idea who this is by, but this came out recently. Thunder Bay Books. I don't know. All I know is that I had seen it on Amazon like as an upcoming release and I was considering pre-ordering, then I didn't. And then I was at Walmart and of course ended up in the book section as one does and happened to see it. So yeah, but it's a big book. Big book. So let's see. Oh, no, that's from this month. I already colored it in August. Where's my, there it is. So this is my page from July. And these images are single-sided. I did do a full flip of this on my channel if you're interested. Since this is single-sided, I used alcohol markers for basically the whole thing. I think, yeah, the whole thing. So King Candy here, these images are perforated if you wanted to rip them out. And something that I personally love is that they're numbered. So like this is number 49. As somebody that makes videos, I usually number my own like books and the pages, and it can be kind of sucky, let's be honest, if it's a thicker book. So the fact that it's numbered here, love it. I know that's not applicable to everybody, but to me, I'm like, thank you, Thunder Bay Books, or whoever printed it. So again, all Ohuhu markers, and then I did do some accents in a gold gel pen, just because why not? And it went by super quickly because it's very large areas, and yeah, just flew through it. I do have to say that not all the images in here can be done with alcohol markers, or at least not the whole thing, I would say, because some of them are a little bit more detailed. Like this one, you could easily do with alcohol marker. I'm trying to find a more detailed one. Of course, now I'm struggling. Like this, but the smaller areas I think would be harder with alcohol marker. And again, I did do a page this month in August, and I did have to pull in a water-based marker because there's some smaller details. But overall, I really like this book. The images are beautiful. It's single-sided, like thank you, because you could do alcohol markers. Just a very nice book, and it has beautiful illustrations. Again, I have a full flip on my channel. Then I did a lot in Color by Number Gardens by Alexandra Frances. Let's see. Went a little ham in her book. So images are quite simple, lovely for alcohol markers, and you can just kind of fly through these. I think I like watched a movie and did a handful of these, so very, very easy. You have the color palette here. It does tell you all the colors, so you're not going to use all of them, but they are there for you. And then we have this one. If I could pull my own tabs. Very nice picnic scene. Let's see. And I worked in this in in June and July. So it's just such an easy book to color, and the images are so sweet. This book, if you're not familiar with it, has 2 sets of the same images, once with the numbers and once without. So I've kind of been, well, I've been flying through the Color by Number ones and haven't really touched the quote unquote regular side. Like you can see here, there's no numbers. So yeah, I prefer the color by number side. But yeah, so those are the images that I did in there. And then I also whipped out my party patterns by Belba Family. I'm almost done with this book. I will most definitely finish this book this year, which will make it my second Belba Family book I've ever finished. Just love their stuff. So I don't have many images left. So some of these are completely random and like not in season with the holidays. So there's one with these cars, which I think was like Car Party or something like that. I use dual-sided Staedtler water-based markers in this book because I enjoy doing the cross mixed with the dot method. Then again, me being like, I don't know, it's a little over the place. There's a Christmas page, which I guess I did in July, so Christmas in July. But yeah, again, I only have a couple pages left, so I'm just pulling out random ones at this point. This one I messed up. I replaced the background color because it was like a nude color, and I was like, oh, that's boring. So I did a green, not realizing that the nude was also like the skin color of the person. So now to me, it's like Frankenstein's monster. But you know, it is what it is. This is going to be my official Frankenstein page. I could have sworn I did another one. Let's see. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I only have a couple left. Let's see. I have 1, 2. So I have My Son's Party left and Brazil Carnival. And then I'm all done with this book. So I have 2 out of 30 left. Lovely, lovely book. Also went a little bit of a George Tufex's kick and colored in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of his books this month. Or sorry, in June and July. In Country Scenes, looks like I did 1. I did this one in June. It honestly feels like it's been, I mean, it's been over 2 months, but still feels like it's been ages since I did this image. Super beautiful. I love the colors. Something about like a pastel-y pink, blue, and purple together. Superb. I am going in order in this book. So yeah, as you can see. So far I've done 7 images, assuming I haven't done anything out of order. But yeah, 7 images in here. Then I also colored in Wonders of Nature, also by George Tufexis. Also did 1 image in June. And it's the sea life page with a super duper scary looking shark at the center. Overall, I love how vibrant this image is. And I do also use the Staedtler dual-sided water-based markers in here. But yeah, love George Tufexis, and I just bought more of his books. Then I also colored in Glorious Gardens, also by our friend George. Did this image here, which is just a beautiful castle with these flowers. Can you tell that I've been very florally influenced lately? I don't know. I'm not ready for summer to end, and you know, all the fall, autumn decor is coming out, and it's kind of breaking my heart because I love summer, and I mean, I think fall is lovely too, but I don't know. I kind of wish we didn't like always look forward to the next season. So I'm doing my best to stay in summer mode and enjoy all things summer, which to me does include a lot of flower coloring. Love that book. And then in July, I did do, looks like 2 images. Look at me. In Christmas by George Tufexis. This is my most colored book of his. He is releasing a new book later this year. I have it pre-ordered, of course, and it's a winter one, so I'm really excited for that. But did this page, look at that, more florals. But yeah, love it. And then I did one towards the back. And this one was super fast because there's really not a lot happening on the page. So just this, you know, I think the most time consuming was the wallpaper, but very, very nice image. And I want to say I had this already like pending. I think this was a work in progress, so I just finished it up. But yeah, so I did those two for Christmas in July. I do mark up how many images I've done. So I've done 14 in here out of 46. And it is my most colored in book. So I think that just speaks about how much more George Tefex's artwork I'm yet to color. Then I did a couple images in my Disney Color by Number books. In the Optical Illusions Volume 3, I did a handful. I do go in order. So these two were done in June. I think this is from Coco. This is Dumbo. As you can see, there was some bleed through from the page on the other side, but that's fine. And then I did this one. Gosh, I don't remember the name of the movie, but I do remember really liking it. This is a very, very sweet film. It's like him and his brother. What's the movie? I can't remember, but very sweet, very nice. This is definitely one of their newer films from the last couple of years. But yeah, really like it. Again, I just go in order in this book. So far I've done 11 images in there. Then moving on to the Optical Illusions Volume 2. Also did a couple images in here. This book definitely has much more done in it than the Volume 3, just because I've owned it for longer. So I did this one in July. Of course, it's Alice. And I like how bold the line work is in this one, like the bold black outline. Love it. And then, where's the other one? There we go. It's this one from, gosh, was it The Humpback of Notre Dame? Is that the name of the movie? I can't recall now. Haven't seen it. But again, I'm just kind of picking random images in here at this point because I've done a lot in here. And then one more. I did this one here on the right. Again, love the bold black outline. But yeah, as you can see, like this one was done in 2020. So I've definitely had this book for quite some time now. I also marked this one up. Let's see how much I've done. I have done 38 images in here. So I'm 38% done with this book. I did do a couple images, I think, in the Spiroglyphics not by Harry Potter, the Harry Potter Spiroglyphics by Thomas Pavit. The man needs to come out with another book. It's been too long, but I have, gosh, there we go, have this page of Ginny. And I go in order, so I don't look up who the characters are going to be. I just kind of jump on in. Then we have this one. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So 2 images, and I am using some other gel pens that I bought, again, at the dollar store for $1, and there's like 5 pens in there or something. So they're lovely for this kind of work. And then this is all the way from April. So 2 images in here, and then this is, okay, so I'm on the 13th, so I've done 12. And there's 20 images in here. So I'm more than 50% done with that book. And then last but not least, my super beloved, super beat up Disney Princesses, Dots, Waves, Lines, Spirals coloring book. This book has been to multiple countries with me, has traveled cross-continentally multiple times, and it looks like it. Like, it's super beat up, but I love it. So let's see what I did. This, gosh, is this The Princess and the Frog, right? I used a gel pen on here. I hope you can see the shine. I had gone to see my parents for like a weekend and just brought this and a couple of gel pens. So did this one, then a spiral of Anna. Also the same black gel pen. Very nice. I have to say, this book I've had for years at this point, and it was inexpensive when I bought it on Amazon. And I love it because for every single image, you know who the princess is. Like the quality of the images is good. There's a nice range. There's a nice combination of the types, you know, the spirals, the lines, everything. So overall, huge fan. And then this one was a work in progress. Like the orange was already done. So I just finished the top with a purple pen. Again, the same weekend that I had gone to visit my parents. So, and that is it. Again, I think I count, let's see, I have a tally somewhere. I've colored 41 images in here out of 52. So I have only 11 images left and then I am done with that book. But yes, again, I've had such a roller coaster of like a coloring year with finishing my master's, the thesis, almost said the thesis, then the cross-continental move. It's just been a lot. So the fact that July was such a wonderful coloring month is amazing, and I'm very, very proud. And I hope I can continue it into August. But overall, I feel like I'm back in my coloring groove, and I hope to be making more videos soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.